Happening now, Burlington Mayor Moreau Weinberger has extended the deadline for people to leave the Sears Lane homeless camp. People now have an extra week to make arrangements. Local 22's Courtney Kramer is live outside of City Hall chambers where all of this is being discussed, and I know you're working on some new details too, Courtney.
Lauren, that's right. A lot of emotion tonight as we heard from those living in that homeless camp. They say 1 week won't make any difference when it comes to finding alternate housing and resources. The mayor says the city will provide storage containers no later than Monday. Campers' belongings will be stored on site for 30 days. This all comes after 2 incidents last week involving drugs and an assault rifle. Mayor Weinberger says efforts to build a tiny house community or a manageable campground at Sears Lane have not worked out. He says too often these kinds of camps become violent and untenable.
It became very clear that the encampment has become a place that is unsafe for the campers at the site, the neighbors surrounding the site, and even the city's personnel responding to medical events at the site.
Meanwhile, residents plead with the council to essentially let them be. They call this eviction criminal and dehumanizing, saying this decision will only install more suffering on people, especially as the temperature outside continues to drop. Residents say they've created this community because city leaders have failed to address the housing crisis, and taking the homes away from dozens of people for the actions of 1 or 2 is wrong.
Because we see ourselves as part of a neighborhood, part of a community that you are all a part of as well, that Sears Lane is a part of, one that struggles just like any other community to stay safe.
If you are really ready to kick people out of their homes in the cold, in the COVID, to possibly to their deaths, because that is what will happen, you are punishing the people of Sears Lane for your own failures, and that is not okay.
Many people living at Sears Lane also called on officials to come down for a planned barbecue tomorrow to see who the residents are and how this community operates. Also tonight, the council's discussing a new cap on the number of police officers in the Queen City. This is following a letter from a bunch of Burlington businesses saying they feel unsafe after recent violence in the Queen City. And right now inside the chambers, councilors are discussing whether the number of officers at Burlington International Airport should remain at 8 police officers, or if that number should change or be lowered. Of course, we'll bring you the latest of that vote and decision as we learn it. But for now, reporting live in Burlington, Courtney Kramer, Local 22 News.
Thanks, Courtney.